Hey guys, so guess what? I'm on the bus again, as usual. I love doing these vlogs on the bus because, well, I'm stuck on a bus. And I always have things to do in these foreign countries, so let's see if I can find some better light. There we go. So yeah, I'm running out of Colombia as quickly as possible. I found out I could not live in Colombia. The police presence is intense. I mean, I got patted down like twice. Sure, I made it out of that one situation because I can bribe the police. And don't get me wrong, I really like that about Colombia. But, you know, I would just rather be, like in Ecuador. Ecuador was just so much better. I can compare it to Ecuador really easily, and Ecuador wins out. The people in Colombia, way smarter. I don't mean to degrade Ecuadorians, but they just don't have any creativity for the most part. And I like the Colombians. They're beautiful, they're smart, they're fun, they're creative. They really have like life down, you know. They're entrepreneurial, which of course, you know, I'm an aspiring entrepreneur, so I can relate to all that. And I love the people in Colombia, but the government is just no go. People are amazing. Government's no-go. So I'm a no-go. I'm out of there. I love Bogota. Their airport had Wi-Fi. That's all I saw. And because I left home. I mean, well, I left Tony and Shireen in Aruba. Made it on the plane barely, right? That's where I left off. Bogota, Cali. Cali was really cool. They had like, their mall was like an amusement park for kids. I don't know what that was all about. This is a 5 days of recap, so this is going to be a 10-minute one, guys. Sorry. So let's see, Cali, yeah, I went to the mall. I've been on search for a motorcycle, tarot cards, boots, peppermint extract for my toothpaste, which I don't have. I'll get it in Quito. I'll get toothpaste tomorrow. Oh man, am I excited about that. Yeah, so I've been trying to buy all those things, and I haven't come up. Boots are impossible because no one has my size. It's impossible. Ecuadorians are tiny, and I'm huge. Oops. But yeah, so I'll find them eventually. Yeah, I'll find them eventually. In Cali, I went to Cali because there's this awesome motorcycle hostel with this guy who buys and sells, well, who can connect you with people who can buy and sell motorcycles. It's called Casablanca, and his name's Mikel. Great dude, really nice guy, and really cheap hostel, actually. Great Wi-Fi, everything I ever need. All I need is Wi-Fi. They even had a hot shower, just to throw it in, and that's really nice. I found out quickly that I can't buy a motorcycle in Colombia. I think I'm going to give up my dream of buying a motorcycle here. I'm going to try to rent one in Vilcabamba for a month. Well, it'll be tough because no one rents motorcycles down here. But I'm going to try. And I'm going to try to, in the future, I'm going to buy a motorcycle in the States and take a beautiful girl with me and go through Mexico and ride all the way down to South America. And I'll get to see Medellin and Bogota and all those places in Colombia that I just bailed on. That's the decision I made while I was in Cali. Now I'm racing to Vilcabamba as quickly as possible. Bailed on salsa. I wanted to take salsa classes in the salsa capital of the world. Didn't happen. No reason to. I just got to get to Vilcabamba. I went straight to Tulcan, and man, I love the family there. The Gomez family. I guess they're not married, but you know, Beto, he's such a cool dude. He runs a coffee distribution network. You've seen him a couple times. You saw his commercial. I love being adopted by a family. That is a great way to learn Spanish. I mean, maybe not the best. I think I've said what the best way is. Let's find a girlfriend with Spanish, but that's not gonna happen for me. I'm giving up on that dream too. Giving up on lots of dreams. You know, I've really decided, I've figured it out. I've figured out what I want to do for the next couple of days. And I gotta thank John Kehoe again. If you guys didn't check out that one blog on John Kehoe, man, that is an amazing program. Maybe it's just my time for it. Hopefully it can be your time too. Really good program. If you do the daily practice. My daily practice has been kicked up to like 3 hours. It's like the push-ups, the yoga, the John Kehoe, the meditation, and just like the shower, and if there's an ocean, I gotta go crap in it. So it's like there's so many things I gotta do every morning. I just don't even know how anyone else could find the time because they have jobs and stuff like that. But yeah, back to Tulcan. I got to drive across the border illegally like 4 times. Like I'm driving the car. It was so cool driving in Colombia. Laws don't really matter. Actually, they matter more in Colombia than in Ecuador, because the police are everywhere. The police are just everywhere, especially in that border town of Ipiales. My God. But yeah, just the family life. I got so much family in the last couple weeks. It's been really nice, you know. I really felt like the older brother of like those two kids, or maybe like the older brother that got away from the family, because you know I could you know help them out a little bit. We got to run some experiments on coffee, did a bunch of coffee extracts. I don't get to be a chemical engineer very often anymore, so it was great. You know, I was like, no, we got to label these. We're gonna measure it. You know, we weren't like measuring it. You know, I'm still a P. I'm still a perceiver. So of course, you know, measurements don't have to be exact, but like, you know, we did it right. We did 3 types of extractions, the 3 types I talked about in the other blog: the alcohol extraction, the sugar extraction, and the cold water extraction. Cold water extraction turned out just to taste like normal coffee. Supposedly it's different than other coffee because it has like a different kind of properties. You get different stuff out of the beans when you just soak them in cold water versus hot water. I don't remember what. I'll have to look. You have to look that up. The sugar extract was amazing, but it took so much time. I found out that I told him we brainstormed about ideas how we could find like because that was the best extract. The alcohol extract it'd just be too hard to sell because it's alcohol and all these things. It turned out great, stronger the better, but you know the sugar extract's where it's at, but hopefully, you know, because he's a distributor, he'd want to make a lot at one time, and so like cooking the sugar would just be intense. I was like, dude, you gotta get the panela, right? Go to the panela factory, you know, some finca, some farm, you know, in Ecuador, and be like, while they're cooking it, be like, can you burn that a little bit, and then add coffee to it, and then you're done, and it's perfect. And so hopefully Beto can figure that out. I don't know, it's quite the process, but it would reap major benefits if he did. Got to drive across the border. I talked about that. Oh man, that was so cool. I love driving Beto's car. It reminded me of the Metro because it was a piece of shit. Oh my God, because it was a piece of crap, and little small car, couldn't get up hills. Oh, my Geo Metro, my Diesel Rabbit. Oh, I miss you guys. Anyway, I've been nailing my daily practice lately. Really happy about that. Beto got really sick one day because he got drunk in the morning when I got there. Like, he had to wait for me for a couple hours. God, I always do that. I tell him, the bus drivers are so optimistic on my arrival time, and then I forward that information on, and then I screw people over, and well, just Beto, because he sits there and waits for me, and it's like, oh man. So he sat there waiting and got drunk, and then he got sick because he pulled the Justice card, and that's what happens. Justice is not blind. Justice sees what happens, and then you reap the benefits or the non-benefits. And so yeah, he got really sick, and I got to play healer. I lit some sage and smudged him a little bit, gave him a couple pills of echinacea, and made him some tea out of lemongrass and cinnamon. I just said that it would help a lot. I don't really know, you know, but I do know that the power of belief is really strong, and if he believes in me as a healer, then he'll be healed. And he felt great later in the day. He totally got over his thing. I gotta think the diarrhea that he had is really what did it. Man, I'm glad he doesn't know Spanish, English, because if he might be embarrassed to be telling all these private things about it. But anyway, so now I'm running to Quito. I stopped off in Otavalo to do my common search for boots. I found 44 boots actually fit me, and I think they might have 44 boots in Vilcabamba. They definitely got them in Loja. So if I really can't find any 45 or 46 boots in Quito, then I'll just tough it out, because I don't have any boots, because I left them in Santa Marta at the boot dude that was gonna fix mine, and I went to Aruba a day early. That whole tragic blog that I did. Okay, so running out of time, but Otavalo was great. I got to play tarot cards, got to buy a bag, bought some other clothes. I bought the same pants that I bought Natalie, except they're my size. So I love you, Natalie. We have the same pants. Yeah, I am so excited to get to Vilcabamba and surprise somebody who expects me there a week later. So yeah, I just got to talk to Joey about a couple things. Wish me luck, guys. Love ya.